Kim, what is our first main topic today?
Okay, guys, our first one comes from Maxi S. Today, the irrelevant Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards announced their noms for top awards. And after these and the National Board of Reviews and AFI lists in the last few weeks, I think we have a clear look at which films will likely be nominated for the Best Picture Award at the Oscars, at the next Oscars ceremony. 6 films have been nominated and honored all around. Belfast, Don't Look Up, surprise, Dune Part 1, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and West Side Story.
All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, Maxi. And yeah, this is the time of year where we start to get a picture of what is the best movie, the best picture Oscar race going to actually shape up to look like. We've got a lot of the regional critic associations have been sending in their things. Of course, the completely irrelevant Golden Globes, who cares? But more relevant than the Golden Globes, the Critics' Choice Awards. And I love the little bit of research you did there, Maxi, pointing out that, you know, there are a couple of films that have been constants regarding, you know, who's getting recognized as Best Picture, and there are a number of constants. But it seems to me really right now, and the race could change. Like, we're still a couple months away from the Oscars, so a lot of things could change. Right now, it seems to me like the two front horses are Belfast and West Side Story. That seems to be the race. Now, there are a couple of potential dark horses here that by the end of January could be considered the front runner instead. But right now, that's really where it seems to be. Now, what's interesting is early yesterday morning, not only did Snoop Dogg read out the nominees for the Golden Globes.
Nailed it.
With a brand new young up-and-coming actor named Ben Affleck. And Dennis Villanueva is on the way. Gotta love Snoop Dogg. But the Critics' Choice named their nominees, and I thought there's some pretty cool ones here. Let's take a look. Now, the Critics' Choice put out a list of 10 nominees for Best Picture. Belfast and West Side Story, I think those are going to be your two leads. But then there's CODA, which is, what's it stand for? Children of Deaf Adults, that's what it is, right? Which I was very late to the game on, but a beautiful, beautiful film. I finally got around to getting caught up on that. Don't Look Up, which I have still not watched. I mean, I've just heard from too many people I know that say it's just not good. Really? So I don't know. Here's the funny thing. It's the critics that are saying that it's not all that good. And yet the Critics Association is giving it a nomination. What a little bit of consistency here. Anyway, whatever. Don't Look Up. Dune. Very happy to see Dune being in these conversations. So Dune gets nominated for Best Picture. King Richard, which I finally had to surrender and watch on HBO because no, you made a good point the other day that I was literally running out of time to see it in the theater. Yeah. And I had to see it, so I finally had to get. It's great. I haven't seen Will Smith this good, I don't think, since Ali. Yeah. I think this is the best I've seen him since Ali. This might be, for me, his second best performance of his career. I mean, it was fantastic. Anyway, so we had King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, which I'm both seeing later this week, so I haven't seen those yet. Power of the Dog, which I'm not going to lie, I almost fell asleep. I remember you talked about it the other week, and you're like, it's not really for me. But then I heard a lot of other great things about it, and I watched it, and I'm like, there's something about, I mean, the performances are fantastic. Performances are incredible, but there's just something about the narrative and the pacing of the story and the nature of the dynamic. It just never. It was pretty. Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying it's a bad film. I don't.
It wasn't. You know what it reminded me of? Ghost Story with
yes,
Rooney
the A24
Mara.
film and Casey Affleck.
Incredibly slow. You have to be in the mood for a character study. You have to be in the mood to really get inside and not really have a situation where a whole lot is happening. Don't bring your Marvel hat into this. Take that hat off and leave it at the door.
Yeah, which you should for most movies anyway.
Man, I was.
So there was that.
God bless it.
And then we get into Tick, Tick, Boom. I didn't know that it would get a Best Picture.
Tick, boom.
Tick, tick, boom.
God bless
Snoop
him.
Dogg put it. Okay, come on. Okay,
Work with me
look,
now.
I don't care how many names Snoop Dogg fluffed. He totally redeemed himself with how he said tick, tick, boom.
That was amazing.
We're all like tick, tick, boom, and Snoop Dogg's like tick, tick, boom. It's like you just totally redeemed yourself. So there's that, and then of course West Side Story. And by the way, then a really interesting list for Best Actor. I just really want to point this out because of two particular names. Peter Dinklage, Cyrano, still a movie I haven't seen. They showed us a preview for it a couple of months back at CinemaCon, and I fell in love with it instantly. I cannot wait to see Cyrano. Peter Dinklage getting a Best Actor nomination for that, which is great. Andrew Garfield getting a Best Actor nomination. No surprise that Denzel Washington and Will Smith and Benedict Cumberbatch are getting those. But Nicolas Cage did get a nomination for Pig, which is a lot of people were saying he really deserved to get.
Deserves it.
And it was really cool to see.
100%.
So, but I really want to focus more on the Best Picture race here. Because again, to me, it really does seem like this is shaping up to be a Belfast and a West Side Story race, which I was right up until watching it this weekend. I'm like, why is this thing in the conversation? Oh, now I know why it's in the conversation. I mean, you guys heard me just heap praises on West Side Story yesterday, but let me keep heaping here a little bit. This movie is effing brilliant. It's so good. And and I say this wholeheartedly, only the greatest director of all time could put it together as masterfully as he did. And it is one of those rare things that it is a remake that is actually better than the original.
Right?
A movie that won Best Picture in 1961, 62.
61, yeah.
And he made it better. I mean, I'm just so, oh my God, I'm in love with this girl. Oh my God, I'm in love with this
She is
girl.
pure fire.
Oh, she is so good.
Every
She
look,
owns-
she didn't even have to say anything. The little looks that she gave, the little like, oh, really? And she just gave those woman looks where you look at the woman and you go, oh, shit, I don't know what she means. Let me get my stuff together.
All
I
right, but
love
let me
her.
ask you this. Let me ask you. So we're looking here at this list, right? We're looking at this list. Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Dune. And I think we all agree that Belfast and West Side Story are probably the front runners here. If you had to pick one or two dark horses in here that could, over the next 2 months, gain some momentum and maybe surprise everybody at the Oscars, which one or two do you think could end up being a surprise?
You know, I think Coda.
Yeah,
It just really touched my heart just in so many ways. Coda and everyone in it gave a magnificent, flawless performance,
Yeah.
I believe. Coda. And everyone's kind of sleeping on it because not everyone has Apple. You know, it's one of those, it's not on Amazon. It's not right up there on Netflix. I think Coda, but Tick, Tick, Boom. You know, when I saw it, I was like, this is fantastic. And a few people were sleeping on it, but we let people know, you know, watch it. And the people that wrote in that were like, thank you, John, for telling me to watch this. I don't like musicals, and this was fantastic. I think that's going to gain some steam.
Yeah, I got to say, I agree. I think Tick, Tick, Boom is going to be one of the sleepers. I just think that's a movie that, because not everybody's into the musical stuff. It was just so creatively done, whatever. It could really sneak up on people because I know a couple of Oscar voters and they loved Tick, Tick, Boom. You know what? I'm going to say something else. And it's this, I'm not just saying this to be populist. I honestly think Dune could be a sleeper because I think all those voting members in the Oscars who are filmmakers themselves, I think they looked at Dune and were like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Now, I still think Belfast and West Side Story are the front runners.
Yes.
But if we're talking about sleepers, I think Tick, Tick, Boom and Dune could be those sleepers. But anyway, question is for you guys. What do you think about the 10 films nominated for Best Picture? I'm not going to lie. I was still kind of hoping to see Shang-Chi make it in there. But what did you guys think about the 10 films listed by the Critics' Choice Awards for that? I mean, I think we are starting to get a clear picture about who the front runners of the Oscars are going to be. Is there another sleeper film that you think we're overlooking? Whatever you guys are feeling, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.